Okay, good morning everybody, it's Mike, and thanks for joining me this morning. We're finishing up a series this week on money management tips for the real estate agent. And hopefully, right, you're participating in this surging real estate market and you have money to manage. If you don't, that's a whole separate issue and we need to talk. But for this week, I'm assuming that you do, and we've covered my top 7 tips and priorities, right? So I just want to pause there for just a second this morning. Number 1 and number 1A, right? Cash reserves. Cash reserves, at least 6 months of living expenses. That's your highest priority. And 1A, Uncle Sam, taxes. Now, there's a lot of different reasons why I made those two 1 and 1A. But the top reason is your mindset and your attitude, okay? Nothing's going to make you feel freer, happier, less stressed, with less anxiety, more confident, more joyful than having cash reserves on hand and not having outstanding tax obligations. So look, I know there's a lot of things that we have to take care of financially in our lives, but those have to be first. Insurance, absolutely important. Health insurance over disability, disability over life, right? Debt reduction, of course. Investing, saving for retirement. All these things are important, but they're not important until you have 6 months cash reserves and you've handled your IRS obligations. And if for no other reason than just good common sense, it is our attitude and mindset every day. Now, some of you are thinking right now, I know because I've been there too. I've walked the same road you've walked. Mike, I don't have extra money left over every month to do those things. And I get it. And to you, I say, we need to work on your business growth activities. We need to talk about those and we need to focus on them. And you probably need to adjust your lifestyle. When your lifestyle is exceeding your income, it doesn't get better, folks. It just gets worse. Okay? Now today what I want to focus on is expenses. And I know some of you are very expense focused. If my accountant was sitting here with me right now, his term for it in his field is you're above the line people. Above the line people focus very much on what things cost. And they get completely absorbed in the cost of everything. And let's say it this way, most of you are that way. Almost all of you are. Most of the decisions you make are based on how much things cost. The company you work at, in large part, commission splits. How much is it going to cost me to work here? And you base most of your decision on that. Your marketing efforts are based off of cost. The other kind of person is the below the line person. And this is the person that's focused on net return. I like to think of myself as a below the line person. If something costs $10, an above the line person's very focused on the $10. Well, I just can't afford that. A below the line person, I'll use myself as an example. How much do I make? Because if I make 11, then I do it. It costs 10, but I make 11. So let's do it. I buy investment rental properties. I don't really care how much they cost. How much do I make? Does the rent cover or more than cover my expense obligations? If I even break even, then I think it's a good buying decision. And I watch people go running around all the time not buying properties because they couldn't get the seller to negotiate some arbitrary number. It's irrelevant. Do I make money? But I'm a below the line person. Above the line people just go, well, they won't come off their list price, so we're not going to buy it. Below the line people don't understand that. Yeah, but you would have made money anyhow. I'm going to encourage you to take a few minutes today and think about yourself and how you look at expenses in your life. Are you an above the line person? Are you totally expense focused? Or are you a below the line person? And you just, do I make a profit? Some of you aren't sure, and the reason you're not sure is because you deal in absolutes. And what I mean by that is, well, I don't know if I'm going to make 11 or not. Well, here's a tip for you. You're never going to know. There's no guarantees. Nothing's definite. You're looking at it from a flawed perspective. The perspective I would encourage you to look at decisions like that with is it likely? If I spend $10 on this, is it likely that I'm going to make 11? Now, if the answer is no, it's not likely, then I don't do it. But if it is, yeah, it is likely that I'll make 11. Some people can't get past that. They need to know, well, I can't take a chance on losing the $10. Well, then get prepared to never have a very significant size business at all. Okay? You can't make decisions like that in this world. You'll never know, so you will be frozen with inaction. One of the great examples of this is real estate conferences. And some of them have made such a huge impact on my career and my life in general that I'm passionate about encouraging you to attend some of these. Not all of them. Some of them are just a bunch of junk. But the ones that do have value to you, and the most common thing I hear back is the same exact thing I said when somebody was encouraging me. Oh, I would love to, but I can't afford it. And the answer that I got, which turned out to be exactly true, was, I know, Mike, that's why you need to go. I'm like, no. You don't understand. I'm not saying I don't want to or I choose not to afford it. I'm saying I don't have the dollar bills to pay for it. And the answer was, I know. That's why you have to go. And they were exactly right. The cost of going might have been $1,000 or $2,000. The cost of not going would have been hundreds of thousands of dollars. So what's the real cost? And with that note, I want to finish with this for you today. The most expensive thing in your business is not going to be the expense items you have this year. The most expensive thing in your business and throughout your career will be the money that you're capable of earning this year that you don't. And you don't because you're trying to save money here and there, and you don't want to take any risk, and you're scared of the boogeyman, and you're just going to miser it and sit on it and hatch it, and you're never going to take any risk. You're never going to invest in yourself because you want absolutes and definites. And what I say to you is, the most expensive thing this year is the money you could have made and you didn't. Be careful when it comes to expenses, folks. The best investment you'll ever make, and I passionately believe this, is in yourself. I have no interest in investing in Wall Street and other people. I want to invest in myself first. Now, this is Mike, and I'm encouraging you, go out there and make it happen for yourself today.